weitere Aufnahmesession von Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel 4. Es ist eine Woche her, dass ich das letzte Mal aufgenommen habe. Ich weiß gar nicht, was wir beim letzten Mal gemacht haben. Wir haben endlich Best Gold Tower wieder, stimmt. Das ist super. Ich will nicht mit Vantage Masters reinstarten. Ich will nicht das erste Mal seit einer Woche spielen und dann Vantage Masters. Nee. Nee. Wie viele Punkte habe ich? 3. Wir haben... Ja, JUNA klingt gut. Moment. I mean, it would be possible if... Why, JUNA, is that an academy textbook I see? Could you be studying? Oh, come on, instructor. I might act carefree, but I've still got my responsibilities as a student, you know? With all these new places to go and members of old class 7 around, I thought I'd take the chance to review what I learned back at the branch campus. For now, I've been looking into whether Crossbell might be able to regain its independence once this whole crisis is dealt with. This is some pretty dense stuff, so I can already feel my brain melting away. Seriously. It really does something, you know. No matter how dire things get, you always find a way to look ahead. Well, I've gotta be good at something, I guess. You've got some time on your hands, right, instructor? Maybe you could join me. If you're up for it, I mean. You're not studying so hard. Maybe I should stick around for a bit as the instructor. Well, maybe I can help you sort out your thoughts while I'm here. 2 heads are bound to be better than 1, right? That's true. I think I'll take you up on that. We and JUNA then began looking into the possibility of future independence for Crossbell, debating the details and adjusting their points. The subject was a difficult one, with many disparate elements to consider. Crossbell's earlier declaration as an independent state, the imperial occupation, and so forth. Aber wir sind alle da. Eventually, even Musei and the old Class 7 joined in the discussion, each contributing their own take on the matter for an international framework. That was just what I needed. I was finally able to clear my head a bit, thanks to you and Musei and everyone else from old Class 7. I should have guessed there'd be some challenges to Crossbell regaining its independence after all. Unfortunately so, the incident that broke out with Dieter Kreuz led to Crossbell being marked as the City of Sin. Not to mention the rest of the corruption that infested Parliament and the countless terrorist attacks perpetrated in the shadows. But that was also suppressed thanks to Governor General Rufus, so that's also something to consider. It's so complicated. Even if we survive all this end of the world stuff, we still have a massive pile of problems to solve. I feel like I finally get it now, what Lloyd and the others are fighting for. Independence isn't something that can be won easily, not even close, but they still gave it all they've got. Haha, I guess I should be surprised. And what about you, JUNA? Are you planning to give up, with all these obstacles blocking the way? What? No, never! Even if we're a part of Erebonia now, we'll always be Crossbell. We take pride in that. Of course, I know we've lost our home in a physical sense, but if the people of Crossbell can find a way to stay true to themselves, we'll never lose that pride. Oh, maybe that's it. Maybe there is a way for Crossbell and Erebonia to coexist together. If both sides hold their heads high, I'm sure we'll carve out the path between us. You know. I think you might have just stumbled on a hint to all this. You've grown so much since we started. It's incredible. He's so much sometimes. I guess old habits die hard.
Well, I mean, of course I have. after all. I've learned more in Class 7 than I ever could have imagined. And, it may not be obvious, but I'm actually the kind of girl who thrives on positive reinforcement, you know?
I see. Let's keep giving it all we've got, JUNA. I'm behind you every step of the way.
Wait. What's gotten into me? I'm not... Am I?
JUNA ist anscheinend auch dem Charme von Wien zerfallen. Jetzt können wir Vantage Masters spielen. Code, Toe and Angelica, I don't want to Wait, how long have you been there? You get that I don't want to interrupt look on your face, please, come join us. Yeah, grab a seat. Alright, if you insist. What were you guys talking about? We're trying to work out the logistic of mass-producing orbital bikes. Between all the work Angie and Elise have put in, it's looking like we could make it a reality. Guess all that testing is finally paying off. I gotta say, it feels good. I only wish George was here to see this. Yeah, but hey, there's always tomorrow. I get how he must feel. But we just have to force him to be honest with himself about who he really is. Like you guys did for me. Crow. Yeah, let's get him back. We will, no matter what. Und yay. Vantage Masters.
Well, let's get this thing started.
Ich meine, ich habe prinzipiell nichts gegen das Spiel. Ich finde das beste Kartenspiel von allen Teilen, aber ändert leider nichts daran, dass das Spiel manchmal richtig nervig sein kann. Und Move. Okay, so machen wir das. Skill. Natürlich auf ihn. Und weg mit ihm. Ja, End of Turn. Zack. So wird die auch noch. Skill, zack. Weg mit ihm. Und weg mit ihm. Ja gut, das lohnt sich nicht. $32, okay. Muss man sie selber, muss meinen Main Character selber heilen, das geht sonst nicht gut aus. Zack. Kann ich eigentlich da hinten die mal weghaben? Autsch. Also. Und zack. Mit ihm. Und weg mit ihm. So, geh mal dahin, bewegen dich dahin. Heilen dich hoch. Ihn da hinten mal weg. Und machen ihn weg. Machen wir den Skill und setzen ihn in die Bewegungslosigkeit. Ich greife ihn damit an. So, oh, perfekt, sehr schön. Weg mit ihm. So, zack. Einmal sich selber. So, und dann kann der so weg. So und so.
Ha! Love, set, match.
Seriously, ich hatte sie fast.
Well, let's get this thing started.
Die gehen mal beide weg. Ah, das ist schon was besser. Die Hand ist ganz gut. Beschwören dich. Krieg das Ding darauf ein und beschwören ihn. Und machen weiter nichts. Okay, das. So, Hepetus. Skill, du musst schön viele Ding kriegen. Zack. Und Skill. Also. So. So. Oh, perfekt. Ich will erstmal nach hier hinten. Dann machen wir so und machen da nichts. Das ist, glaube ich, die beste Alternative. So. So. Zack. Ich behalte ihn gerade mal noch. Greifen ihn an. Ihn. Versucht sich um den zu kümmern. So. Autsch. Zack. Zack. So, weg mit dir. Muss ich selber grad mal heilen. Weg mit dir. Und dann greifen wir so an. Und holen ihn raus. So. Ja, genau. Zack. Ja, so. Mit ihm. Mit den beiden. das war knapp. Weg mit ihm. Weg mit ihm. Dann blockieren wir den nochmal. So, das sollte, wenn ich mich jetzt nicht allzu dumm einstelle, sollte das der Sieg sein. So, ja, du kannst mal selber zerstören, damit ich dich rufen kann. Zack, zack. Zack, zack. Und yes.
Damn, I knew you'd give me a challenge, Reen.
Ich muss da vielleicht mal nach dieser Aufnahmesession mal gucken, dass ich dass ich mal ein neues Deck zusammenstelle, was hoffentlich ein bisschen besser ist. So, die beiden Herzdinger da mit Elisa und Sarah machen wir nicht. Entsprechend müssen wir einmal hoch und machen die Events mit Ash und CELINE. If the cutie Northeast Lamar is on the lighter side, we should be able to make it to Raquel. I was thinking of going back home when I get the time, to keep the place up a bit. Barely even had time to wipe down a counter or two last time I snuck in. I see, you had to wear a disguise back then, didn't you? Even if the Imperial Defense Force is withdrawing, the two of us are still wanted. We need to exercise full caution. Phew, I know that. What, you think I was born yesterday or something? The only time I ever visited Ash's old home was during our field exercise. Maybe I should change that. Hey Ash, what do you say we head over sooner rather than later? I can pitch in with the cleaning too, if it's just a room or two. What, you think little baby Ash can't handle his own chores or something? More than I doubt we'll end up getting that much time to spare anytime soon, the way things are going. Plus, it'd take almost no time at all if we head there via Valamar. Guess I ought to go now, while the option still stands. Oh well, no use gripping about it. Let's watch Schwarzer. The two of them headed to Ash's home in Raquel. They began tidying up. Wow, that looked much better. I heard that it had been cleaned up before, but there's still a lot of dust here. It looked like the guys who've been letting themselves in to clean have all been busy lately. I guess it can't be helped with war so close. That's definitely true. Things should be about finished up with your help. Suppose I ought to thank you or something, huh? Well, you're welcome. What's that in the bag? Hey, you shouldn't just go around touching other people's stuff. Wait, just what the heck is... Looks like it was sitting in the back of a bookshelf. It's a diary? Let me see that. No way. Mom must have been keeping a diary in secret. So it was your mom's. Wait, you never noticed it before? I've already read most of the books here, so I haven't touched the shelves in a long time. But those entries from over 10 years ago. I guess Mom also forgot about it. All she writes about is me. It's like she's trying to embarrass me from her past. Wait, sis. What's wrong? Ash shows Reen one of the pages from the old diary. 11-9, He decided to drop by the club today on his way back from selling his wares. I guess he earned some good money. He pushed some mirror into my hand and said it was for the kid. Then he drank. I think he still feels guilty over leaving Ash with me. I feel like I should thank him. I think often about how happy this child has made me. I keep telling him he should at least stay longer, but he always says he's a good for nothing. He won't visit and he won't listen to a thing I say. Ash, is this? Huh, she didn't write a name. Must have been that long-legged guy who'd come by Mom's work every so often. Don't remember his name. I always just called him Slims. The merchant who picked me up after what happened 14 years ago. You mean, I never heard a thing about him since. I assumed he's dead. He died. According to the diary, he helped out with Mira every now and then. Or at least, when he made some money on one of his trips. That doesn't sound very sincere. Seems like he had some regrets over how he handled my situation. I gotta say, I'm curious about his story. Though it probably boiled down to him just doing things out of guilt for pushing me on Mom, like the diary says. Ash. If you want to do something about it, just say the word. And I'll do whatever I can to try and find this traveling merchant. Appreciate it, but this is personal. This doesn't involve you. But don't you want to know the details of your past? Look, I understand how you feel. For a long time there was a whole part of me I knew nothing about. It was hard learning the truth, but because I did, I can see a future now. Surely this is a step to putting things right? Well... Start by knowing yourself, huh? Look at you, you go-getter. Sure, I'll take you up on your offer. Maybe play along and be teacher's pet for once. Great, glad to be on board. The two of them finished tidying up and then decided to run to the Merkaba. Traveling merchant. I mean, it's possible. Well, I'm sure there'll be an opportunity at some point. Darüber wahrscheinlich im nächsten Freetime-Event mit ihm gehen. Oh, ich hab Bock auf Ash nächstes Boarding-Event dann. Wir wissen, wer der Merchant ist und ob wir ihn kennen. Würde mich irgendwie wundern, wenn wir ihn nicht kennen. Ja. Hey Celine, getting some good snooze in, I see. You and Emma kept an eye on Angelica for last night, right? Yeah, we were worried that Matt might have left her with some after effect. It ended up being completely fine, which just goes to show how capable the Black Workshop really is. You're telling me, you know, there were a lot of facilities at their headquarters that I'd never seen before. Doubtless, that's just the tip of the iceberg. You can expect there'll be a big threat moving forward. We can't let our guard down with them. Celine being an invaluable asset to us. This might actually be a good opportunity. Not to change the subject, but could you come down to the surface with me later? I'd like to get you something special from over around Palm. What got into you? Since when do you invite me out of two places? I was just thinking that I hadn't properly thanked you for all you did for me back at the Black Workshop. I've actually been meaning to since way back during the Civil War. I'd say I'm long overdue for that by now, right? I told you, it was all just part of the mission. But I guess you'll twirl fast no matter what I say. Well, far be it from me to turn you down. Just make sure you pick out something nice. We and Celine headed to Palm to find a suitable gift. They went around visiting shops and stalls selling accessoires made with the Spinning Town famous artisan-dyed fabric. After a while, they decided to stop by the inn for a break, where they had some snacks and farm fresh milk. They then continued their search, but were unable to find a suitable gift. As their hope began to wane, they decided to check one more place, the dressmaker shop. It was there that Ween's gaze fell onto a certain something. Sorry to keep you waiting, CELINE. What took you so long? I had to explain the shopkeeper what I was looking for. Got this made to order. Meow? Oh. That's when I saw all those beautiful dyed fabrics. I immediately thought of getting you a new ribbon, and while the shopkeeper was making one for me, I found a matching choker too. Looked good on you. Thanks a lot. The pink looked pretty great against my black fur, right? I knew you'd like it. It should suit you when you're in your other form too. Just don't expect me to make a habit of shape-shifting. It's for special occasions only. For someone as clueless about social interactions as you, this was very thoughtful. Huh. What is it? I was just thinking, we've known each other for a long time, haven't we? Remember the first time we spoke? It was during the Civil War. We piloted Valamar together. Now we joke around with another, and you've even seen my human form. I never expected our friendship would bloom like this myself. I'm really glad it did though. Thank you for being such a good friend, CELINE. Knock it off. You're making too much of a deal of it. I don't want to have regrets later about things left unsaid. No telling if we'll get to hang out like this again, considering the situation. It might have sounded cheesy, but I was being sincere. Ween. You know, I'm not good with this touchy-feely stuff, so... those things you make me do. You're such an idiot, Ween. So this ribbon's what? A goodbye gift in case we never see each other after this? You don't seriously think this scrap of clothes is enough to pay me back for everything I've done over the years, do you? Huh? Don't imagine for a second that I'm going to let you get away with this. I'm gonna get you for this. You think you're all that, huh? Huh? CELINE, I'm not perfect by any means. I have my bad habits, and you're always quick to point out other failings of character I have. It's great that you do that. You're helping me become a better person, so thank you again. I consider you a work in progress. You're still a diamond in the rough, but I'll make you shine one day. One more thing. I've also benefited from our friendship, so I'd like to say, let you know you're not entirely useless. Were you just about to thank me? You wish. What I'm trying to say is you owe me, and maybe, in some very minor ways, I owe you too. So stick around until we're even. Got it? Alright, that sounds good to me. This ribbon really does look pretty on you. Stop trying to get on my good side after making me so angry. Cute. Ween and CELINE were then discovered by a group of curious children who started asking about her ears and tail. The two quickly slipped out of town and headed back to the ship. Also ich hätte sehen alternative color ribbon, okay. Ich hätte nicht gedacht, dass ich dass man tatsächlich jetzt dadurch, dass CELINE ja quasi jetzt auch nicht nur quasi, CELINE hat jetzt Menschenform. Ich hätte nicht gedacht, dass wir dadurch echt gute Dialoge passieren. Owen Village, Fairy Spring, was ist denn da Neues? Gibt da wieder hier eine Nebenquest? So, was hat Nebenquest? Oh ja. Angelica and 3 other girls. Es ist natürlich stark, dass ich jetzt einfach reingehe, ohne Angelica und 3 Mädels dabei zu haben. Next Level Smart auf jeden Fall. Gehen wir zurück auf die Marker Bar. So, ja, wir müssen auch noch für wo ist Angelica? Hier hinten, Alter. Wie viele Leute wir einfach haben. So, wir holen mal Kurt raus. So, welche 3 Mädels nehmen wir denn? Angelica hilft Altina. Tower können wir leider nicht. Nummer 4. Und Laura. Das könnten, glaube ich, interessante Dialoge werden. Aaron Village. Ich will gerade mal nochmal, bevor ich dahin gehe, gehe ich nochmal in General Goods. Schauen wir mal, was da so abgeht. Hier hinten. Der Shop. Der hat echt nichts Neues hier. Wow, das ist absolut nichts Neues. Das ist leider ziemlich belastend. Ich dachte, der hätte vielleicht irgendwie was Interessantes Neues. Orbital Factory vielleicht? Who knows? Shop, kein neuer Masterquarz. Sind das neue Waffen? Nein. Dann gehen wir jetzt zur Quelle und schauen mal, was da passiert. Mit Angelica, Altina, Fee und Laura. We and the others enjoyed the hot springs and took their time resting in the village. By some stroke of fate, an unexpected combination of people ended up soaking the springs together. Oh, who knew that paradise would be tucked away right here, with all these angels to shelter me from the bleak world outside? But this party can't really get started without Tora. She needs to come over here, or I regret it my whole life long. Your excitement goes beyond what feels appropriate for the situation. I suppose my physique doesn't quite match up to her standards. What a pity. She'd totally lose it if Kia or Ren were in here with us. Yeah, we get it. You're in Cloud 9 over there. Doesn't make much sense to me when you're not so bad looking yourself. Unless you really do only swing that way. You really do only swing that way. Is that it? Come on, you can't just ask that, Ash. Oh, Ash, I guess your silly little boy brain hasn't put 2 and 2 together yet. Come again? Cute girls and beautiful women are the treasure of this empire. All of them movie even. It doesn't matter whether you're man or woman. Just take class to appreciate Adios's finest masterpieces, each and every one of them. There's nothing better than cozying right up or close to them with only the tiniest little towel to come between you. Her mind seems to be permanently in the gutter. Going a bit farther, don't you think? I could understand the appeal of having someone admire you so much, but this might be pushing it. I think I'm gonna stay out of this one. Yeah, I'm with you on that. I remember inviting her to Emir in my school days, and she made just as much of a splash back then. Hey Angelica, you traveled all around the continent on your bike, didn't you? I'm guessing your definition of sightseeing was to take in Adios's finest masterpieces over everything else, right? Something will matter, Angelica. Hear me out. Sure enough, wherever I went, I'd find myself surrounded by squealing girls. Sound just perfect, yeah? I follow so far? Yeah, go ahead and brag. But every time I'd start to make my move, some boyfriend or concerned family member would get in the way. They'd chase me out of town, and I'd have to move on to the next place without a proper goodbye from any one of those sweet girls. How could fate be so cruel to me? Where is Adios when innocent people like me have to suffer terrible injustice or heartbreak? Adios was probably looking out for all those guys he was trying to steal girlfriends from. Sounds like divine punishment to me. Entschuldigung. Stiegen. Erstmal wieder auf die Markerbar, bevor wir uns den Rest widmen, damit wir die richtige Party machen können. Angelica raus, JUNA rein und 4 raus, Kurt rein. So. Dann South Sutherland. Nicht South Sutherland, einfach nur Sutherland. Nick, dann Wesley, Raquel. Gehen wir erstmal nach Raquel. Erkunde ein bisschen.